Yeah, it's been really very fun meeting so many people and seeing people learning about blockchain. Many of the people that I've met here are new to blockchain and are new to its concepts. So that's really exciting that this industry is growing and that people are becoming familiar with it. Consensys is, in my opinion, the most interesting company in the world at the moment. They do many different things. They're a venture studio, so they help incubate many different blockchain projects, and they really help the Ethereum and blockchain ecosystem in many different ways. They are protocol level projects that are working on infrastructure and actually building the core technology. Some examples are MetaMask, which is the browser extension, and Infura. Infura handle most of the Ethereum requests and aggregate them so that Ethereum can handle the load and people can use it. Then there's things like Consensys Academy and the Consensys College Consortium, which is about educating people about Ethereum and blockchain. And the College Consortium, of course, is to connect students and get students to be involved with the ecosystem. So really a lot of exciting projects in almost every industry. So that's why Consensys is exciting. So the technology is very new. I would say we're still at day one, even though we're at since Bitcoin, it's been many years. We are really at day one. We haven't seen large-scale adoption. The technology isn't as accessible as it could be. The technology isn't in its final form, not even close. So challenges are different depending on industry. For public networks like Ethereum, it's definitely about user friendliness. So UX, people need to learn and understand how to manage their private keys. The interfaces need to be accessible to, your grandparents, not just nerds who spend their life working on a computer. And then there's scalability, how do we get this system to work for millions of people? And currently we just aren't there yet. So those are the big challenges. Then there's challenges within enterprise to understand the technology and understand where it can be used. So really to cut through the hype. A lot of industry players are using blockchain as a buzzword to get media attention. They say, oh, we did this blockchain project, and they publish some article and get a lot of attention without really thinking, is a blockchain needed? Are we serious about taking this into production or not? And sadly, most of those projects aren't geared towards production. They're really just about stirring that hype. Then the big opportunities are, of course, that this is a new system. People who are in the space early can really take that as an opportunity to think about how they believe the system should evolve and play a part in it. They can be part of the planning, the structuring, and that's really what's exciting. Then there's all the projects that can be built on it, and that's just the amount of possibilities. There isn't an industry that isn't touched by this new trust layer, called blockchain. A central bank has one major responsibility, and that is to manage the country's money supply and monetary policy to keep their currency stable and safe. And in addition to that, they have a lot of obligations to provide services to the banks that run in the country. And all of these services can be made more efficient. If you think about it, the central bank is effectively the bank for the banks. And with blockchain, they can connect those banks in a more efficient manner and run transactions on a blockchain which is much more stable, failure resistant than current systems, which are cheaper to run. And also you get a lot of side benefits like live reporting, stronger data integrity. So the opportunities are great, and those are the sort of near future opportunities. When we're speaking more futuristic, we can start to see collaboration between central banks. Blockchains are about disintermediation and connecting trust. So if all banks were to, hypothetically, this is totally hypothetical, in many years were to run on the same ledger, they could have smart contract agreements managing their trade, managing how the whole system works. So that's really exciting. Things will develop in their own ways, but in terms of central banks issuing their own tokens, I think it is many years off, but there are many efficiency gains and benefits to doing that.